doing? Yeah, it's last time I was here, I did come to IdeakickSF number 7 about 2 months ago, and since then I've made quite a bit of headway on my project.
So tell us about it.
So this project that I've been working on, last time I was here, I was still, you know, I had been working on it for a couple years, but something had just opened up to me within like a day of coming to the last IdeakickSF, and really got me on focus as to what we're going to be doing. And what we're going to be doing is helping to fix the broken hiring process that is currently in place in our country and in other capitalist countries throughout the world. And we're going to start our efforts by focusing on the tech and internet entrepreneurial space, because it's a very accessible one. I work over at Rocket Space now. If you're not familiar with it, it is a co-working space of about 200 people, about 60, 65 startup companies, internet startup companies in particular. And what I found is I've been building relationships in there for the last couple months, and everyone in there is going through the hiring process at this time. These are companies that are, you know, mainly 2-3 man teams and women, and but some as big as, you know, Uber's in there, and they're about 13 people strong now and growing. And that's what I realized is all these companies in these early stages of either seed funding or Series A of their funding and starting up, they're going through the hiring process. And right now there is a huge demand for engineers, and engineers that specialize in some of the hot development going on, like Ruby, Rails, PHP is always a popular one, and you know, all the other languages that can be, you know, built, that you can build beautiful beautiful tools on the internet with. And so I realized that, boy, there's this problem that continues to rise of this you know, nearly or exceeding 10% of the unemployment rate in the United States, and that's done nothing but grow since I was in high school. And you'd think by this time that the internet would have figured out something to help push that number down. So what it's allowing is that companies like Google, Apple, companies that need engineers are facing, they're running dry again. There's things like some signs of about 10 years ago that are showing up. What's allowing to happen is a lot of people, not only in the tech and internet entrepreneurial space, but of all industries and verticals, are attempting to start their own business now. And you're finding that everyone's going after the dream of trying to be the next Facebook or Google or what have you. And so instead of going and working for a structured job, you know, like one of these ones that are available, people are opting to start their own company and have their own ideas. It starts in places like these. Trevor mentioned, you know, a few of the companies that have come here and had some success, and you know, even if they haven't had success, who knows, they may be building towards something. I know that since the last time I've been here, I've built a team of, got about 5 developers now working with me, 2 domain experts in the area that we're going into, and that's essentially to, you know, I'm going off on a few different tangents, but I'm doing that because really, to sum up, what we're trying to do is we're trying to think of us as the eHarmony for job opportunities and team building. And Trevor gave me a little heads up because I should have probably started that one about a minute and a half ago. But really, I felt it was necessary because I really want to focus on this space, and that is, I've been talking to a lot of companies. I've been working up the ladder from companies like Yammer, Zendesk, what are Twilio. There's a few companies that I've been just doing some customer development on and user development, saying, hey, you guys have a great company culture there, and you're hiring a lot of people right now. Yammer, for instance, in the last 6 months has hired, like they've more than doubled their employee staff, and they're looking for engineers, and these are the same skills and qualities that you need to start your own internet venture. So I'm thinking that by incorporating my tool, and what my tool is we're going to be using a lot of scientifically proven tests and assessments that judge or assess a person's personality, so kind of things that you're born with and stuck with, also your decision-making abilities and judgment capacities. Those are things that you've acquired as you've you know, gone through your life and discovered. But the great thing about the judgment capacities are they're like muscles, and so they can be cultivated and developed. And these are tools that have actually been implemented and have been in use for over 40 years. They're used by a lot of the top corporations, and they are usually used at the end of the hiring process or already for existing teams. And they identify problems in existing teams, areas that can be improved upon, leadership qualities, and so there are a lot of great qualities that they can identify as for managerial positions, sales positions, and really the entrepreneurial spirit, which I'm interested in, because I feel that if you're able to identify these things, and if we're able to really track you know, successful founding teams, then maybe we can start to identify some things like success in chemistry. And if we're able to do that, then I think that that might be valuable information to the ever-growing angel and venture capital market that's continuing to grow and continuing to throw money at people. And if I can provide a tool that gives them a more informed funding decision as well as to, you know, what indications make for a good founding team, then, you know, hopefully that's what we're on to. But it's going to take a lot of hard work to get to that point. So if you guys would like to kick this idea around and let me know some feedback, I'd love to hear it.
Do you have a prospective list of metrics tests that you're looking at? Like, do you know the sort of things that you would want to use?
Yeah, I'm actually, there's 2 tests in particular. I'll, if you want to follow up with it, I'm not going to go into the actual tests themselves. I've gone through pretty much like all the different tests. Myers-Briggs, didn't like that one, by the way. There's a whole lot of tests that I went through to, you know, that I wanted to implement into this tool, that I felt, you know, all right, I'm strong about these ones, and they're not so subjective where it's like questions like, am I lazy or am I punctual? Knowing that even if I'm not, a potential employer isn't going to want to hear that, so I'm going to answer otherwise, if I had any common sense whatsoever. So what's great about these tests is they give you a list of things, and then they allow you to rank them using your own abilities or judgments. So that's what I really dig about these. They're backed by psychologists, consultants, advisors, coaches throughout the country. And I feel if they're good enough for those people, then you know what, they're probably good enough for this tool as well. And so I really would like to, yeah, I'm trying to capture lightning in a bottle, and that's chemistry and success.
I heard a little bit about this beforehand, but what is the name of the test you're talking about specifically?
Well, the name of the test specifically, it's the Hartman Value Profile and also the DISC test.
What does that one do?
The Hartman Value Profile is able to gauge your judgment capacities, your leadership abilities, your decision-making abilities. It's really data and information that goes like a lot deeper than your normal resume. Trevor's got a passion for this. He's got a website called pleasehire.me. He outlines the problem beautifully, and if you go to that website, you can see exactly, you know, the problem that we're faced with. That the resume, you know, and all the various channels that we have is completely clogging up and inundating the hiring process on both sides. So hopefully, by having a little matching dashboard as to, hey, would I be a fit for this company, both on my goals, my motivations, also, you know, certain motivations like equity. That's a big thing that, you know, you have to take into account as well for people that are you willing to take the risk? Because
what kind of competition do you have?
Right now, I've been looking for it a lot, and I haven't really found too much. Obviously, like LinkedIn there's something that I aspire to be, but it's a more intimate approach, and it's a more specialized vertical and industry that we're going to be taking a look at, and hopefully we can expand it from there. The tool is called hire.com, HIGHR.com. We're hoping to take business hire, take people hire, take startups hire, and we're calling it hire-powered hiring.
I think one of the biggest problems with both dating and job sites is that you end up with a bunch of crap on there, and people end up sorting through so much crap that they just give up on the site.
Right.
How will you keep the crap out?
That's a great question. You know, eHarmony, they seem to be like the only ones really doing anything worth a damn, right? That Zeus, I don't know, like as far as dating websites go, you know, I'm not an expert as far as the
Yeah.
psychology is concerned, and frankly, like, that's not really where I'm, it's not that I'm like so blown away with the information and the data you get that, you know, it's really the matching principle that I really want to focus on. And also we're going to elaborate, you know, by having a portfolio section. If you're an engineer, we'd like to use GitHub's API to show, you know, your skills as an engineer.
Yeah,
If you're a
that's
designer, we're going to be using Dribble's API to really showcase your artistic abilities. And so I feel that those are the two main aspects for starting a startup, having great engineering skills, a good design, and then, you know, marketing capabilities. But, you know, when starting up a company, you're going to have to wear a lot of different hats. And I think my time has been long over, but...
Awesome. Thank you for presenting, and if you guys want to follow up on this, we'll read it online tomorrow.